Hi guys, welcome again to my channel. I'm so excited today because as of this morning we have 37 subscribers and boy, that makes me so happy. 37 people who think that they like what I do and they want to see more of it. So yes. Thank you guys. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, feel free to click on the subscribe button, like our videos and comment on our videos. So guys, today we're just going to be gisting about how I did my change of name in the UK from my Nigerian passport to some of my documentations here in the UK. So I'm just going to tell you guys my experience, and then in the comment section I want you to tell me your own experience. Was it easy? Was it hard? Like, how do you feel about the whole process of changing your name? So for me, it started when my husband had teased me enough about bearing my father's name. And I was like, okay, you know what, this time I'm going to change my name because I've been shying away from it because, to be honest, I dread the Nigerian embassy. I know I don't need anybody to tell me how difficult it is to get things done in any Nigerian office. So I've been dreading the Nigerian embassy, and to be fair, it wasn't so much of a bad experience on the day that I went. It wasn't so bad, and I'm just going to give you guys gist of what happened. I went the day before because I didn't want to hear you came late, you arrived late, so you're going to stay donkey years waiting to get my passport sorted. So I arrived the day before. We lodged in a hotel close to the embassy, and then in the morning I got there. I left early in the morning. I think that was about I'm not sure, but when I watch the video I'm going to include the time for you guys. So I left in the morning, and by the time I arrived there was already a long queue. Bear in mind, this was quite early in the morning. It was about 7:24, 7ish. By the time I got there were already lots of people queued up. 7:28, and there's already a queue. You see? Yep, we're all waiting. I was number maybe 60 something or 70 something, I don't remember again, but things changed when I got in there. I'll give you guys the details. So when I arrived at the embassy, I joined the queue like every other person that was already on the queue, and then we started to wait. We waited for them to open the doors. So when they opened the doors, they gave us numbers. Trust Nigerians, people really like to cut the line, but I was happy to allow pregnant women and women with little children to go ahead of me. Then when you get your number, you go in, and then you take a seat. There were lots of people, as expected. There were lots of people there that day. So when I got there, remember, before I went to the embassy, I'd already watched lots and lots of YouTube videos to make sure that I had all the information that I needed, because I realized that sometimes the information that they've given on the website is not always enough. People always go there and they get unpleasant surprises. So I didn't want any unpleasant surprise, please. I don't want anybody turning me back and telling me you forgot this, you didn't get this, you have to go back and get that. So I watched lots of YouTube videos, and then I got all the document that they had asked for from the website. I'm going to list that for you guys, and then anyone who wants to change their name, please do not miss any of these documents. You really want to have all of them. You don't want them turning you back. I think one of the things for people who are changing their names always forget is consent from your husband to change your name. People always forget this. Please get that consent from your husband. You know where we are. You know where we are from. Your marriage certificate is not enough. Your husband has to write a letter, sign that letter saying that it's okay for you to use his name. A man that you have left your father's house for come to his house, to start life with him, and you still have to get permission from him to change your name. I don't know why they do that, but that's what they do, and there's no need for any stories that touch. Just get a consent letter from your husband, let him sign it, and then carry it alongside your marriage certificate and gone. So when I got inside, I took a seat. A man came here, addressed us, told us everything that we needed to do, to be ready. You first of all go somewhere, they'll check that your documents are correct, and then they'll send you to where you do your biometrics and all that. So along the line, they call people who are having their passport done for the first time, people who are changing their names, to go to a separate room. So I went to a separate room, and then there we waited for them to check our documents and then send us upstairs for our biometrics. So it was a queue again. My own was even funnier because immediately they said that I was right by the door. I got up, went to the door, but my village people didn't let me be that day. They made me go back when they called my number. I had no business again with the number because they had sent me to another room. I just had to queue up there and get my thing done, but I didn't queue up there. I still went and answered my number when they called. My God. So after they called my number and then they sent me back to the room where I was coming from, the queue was already long, so I had to wait. But you know, everything happens for a purpose. I met some lovely people while I was on the queue. It was okay that I had to go and start over again, and I'm a patient person. I can't wait. So I went back to the queue. I joined the queue and I was waiting, and it got to my turn. They called us. They called me in. They checked my document. Everything was okay. Trust Nigerian men now. They never miss an opportunity to advise a woman who's married. They gave me marriage advice. I said, thank you, sir. At that point, you have to be saying sir. You have to be saying sir, sir, ma, ma, ma. Because it's not like in your UK office where you just go in the morning and say hi to your colleagues. This one, you have to call their names if you know it and put sir or ma, and if you don't know it, just address them as sir and ma, just to get things done quickly for you. So after the man checked it, he sent me upstairs. So I went upstairs. There was another queue. I sat down there. Don't miss this. When you get upstairs, don't just sit down and wait to be called. You need to take a form from the lady at the reception upstairs. She's going to give you a form. You're going to fill it alongside that envelope that you've brought for them to send your document. So after you first of all fill the form, then when you've gone in to do your biometrics, you come back out to her, meet her again, fill that form. She's going to collect the envelope from you. Then you put you give her, I don't know if you put something in it, but you just give her the envelope share and you fill the form, because that's what you're going to use to collect your thing. I don't know why we need that, but do it because they asked you to do it, because you already got a prepaid envelope which they're going to send your stuff through. You're not coming to the office to collect. I don't know if there's an option for people to come to the office to collect it, but I'm aware that, you know, you have to buy an envelope and that. Speaking of which, if you haven't gotten your prepaid envelope, there's usually a guy who hangs around when you're outside in the morning on the queue. Buy your envelope from that guy. Don't take chances, please, guys. You don't want to be going back and forth in Nigerian embassy. It's not sweet. So please, if you've not bought your prepaid envelope, buy from that guy outside and just save yourself all the hassle. Yes, it's going to be a bit pricey, but it's better than going back and forth. It's better than going back to wherever you're coming from and coming back again to get it done. So if you've not bought I advise buy your envelope before you come. But if you've not bought your envelope, buy it from the guy outside. Please make sure your NI is sorted. Don't go there with the hope that because you know somebody there and then are going to get it sorted. Just go and get your NI sorted completely. If I give you guys the gist of my NI, God. Oh my God, that one was another hustle. I did my NI in August and it wasn't sorted until I think January. I'm not very sure which, but it took a long time. My NI guy used me to go to Nigeria. This guy said he was going to get my NI thing done. I don't know whether he created a problem for me and then I had to come back. I had to pay again according to him. I was happy to pay again. No problem. Just get the thing done. Let me get on my way. But it was the worst experience. But thank God I called someone back home. They got it done for me. It charged me. It cost me a lot of money. But it was okay. Let me just get the thing done and be free from it. So I paid for it and then they sorted my NI thing, and then my NI was verified before I went to Nigerian embassy in London. So get that sorted before you go. So that was one of the major reasons why that bearer of bad news was always calling people to go back. Their NIs were not verified or their NI thing was not completed, so they had to go back. So I made sure I did all my thing before I went. So after the bearer of bad news will come and call the set of people who had to go, and then the one who was giving the good news will call you to come in for your biometrics and all that. So I had my fingers crossed at all times, waiting. So they eventually called my name and it was the bearer of good news. I did my biometrics. It was a lovely Igbo lady. She spoke Igbo to me a couple of times and it was just really nice. It was really quick. The whole process is very quick. To be very, very honest with you, the whole process is very, very, very quick, except you have issues. The only thing that I think takes a lot of time in the whole process is the waiting period, because people have to come super early and then they would would have to wait. You wait 2 hours, 3 hours before they open their doors. I think that wait period, and then when you get inside, you have to wait again for your name to be called. So the whole waiting period. My advice for people with kids, especially in the cold season, there's no need to rush there. Just go later, and you know that you're not going to stand outside with children freezing in the cold. And then when you come inside, sometimes they'll call for people that are doing their passports for the first time to go to a separate room, so that would reduce the queue a bit for you. So if you have kids, don't go too early. Go early, but don't go too early. Don't keep your children outside in the cold for too long. I went in, I did my biometrics. After I did my biometrics, I went back to that lady again, filled some information, maybe put your address or something, and then I was on my good way at 12:30. I was really excited, to be honest. It wasn't the easiest process, but it was easier than I had seen in the review. So that was the process I did to get my passport done. So they said it was going to take 4 to 8 weeks for it to come, but mine took so long. It didn't come, and then at the point I was moving houses, the thing had not come, so it became a burden for me. So trust me, I quickly said the prayer and said, God, please, as I go to ask these people for more information, let them just do it promptly. So I called the embassy, and a nice man picked the call. He told me what to do. I sent an email, and immediately after I sent that email, the next day I was checking my tracker, and I saw that my passport had been released. So to be honest, I won't rate the service as so bad. So many people have had really horrible experiences, which I really appreciate and understand. I know that yes, some people had really bad experiences there, but my experience was not very bad there. It wasn't very bad, and everybody's experience doesn't have to be so bad there. Just get yourself ready, pray before you go. I'm telling you, because those little prayers, they go a long way. So I eventually received my passport, because the moment I paid for 24 hours, so the moment they send it out, I get it the next day. So after I made that phone call, he asked me to send an email. Still make that call, so that they'll be expecting your email. Don't just send an email and maybe to get lost. I sent the email, and then the next day I received my passport. I was really excited. So my move was not, it didn't really affect my move, because it was my previous house address that I used. So I received my passport before moving houses. That was my experience with changing my name on the Nigerian side. So after doing that, the work now begins. Now you have to start to change your name everywhere in the UK. So I started with the easiest one, which will be work. I quickly emailed my HR, and then they changed my name at work. Easy peasy, that was done. Then I had to change my name on our bills. So first is work, second our bills. I changed my name on our bills, all our bills, council tax, water bill, gas and electricity. I did my name change on all of that. So if you're already living in a house and your name is on the tenancy agreement, you might also want to change that. So I made sure my new name was reflected. Then you have to change your name at your GP. My GP said I had to come in person with my marriage certificates to show that I've changed my name. You also have to change your name at the bank. This you can do online. You have to go to the bank with your marriage certificate and change your name. I had to change my name on my BRP. So I changed my name on my BRP, changed my name on my driver's license. My BRP was also a lengthy process. That also cost me money. I did fill a form online. I'll put the link in the description. I filled the form online saying that I wanted to change my name. So I'll have to come with the old BRP, some other documents, which I'm going to list for you guys as well. And then after I filled the form, I selected the location where I'll go and do my biometrics. I had like a month gap because I wanted to do it on the weekend, so I had to wait for a nice time of the weekend, and then I needed my driver's license to come with a new address. So that was easy for me, because you need to show your proof of address. So you show your proof of address, and then I got my name changed. So for the BRP, I went to the location where I got my biometrics done. It was also very easy on the weekend. It didn't take me up to 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes. It was in and out. I'm waiting for my new BRP to arrive. It hasn't arrived yet, but it should arrive soon. These were all the hurdles I had to pass. My name to be changed from my maiden name to my husband's name. I hope this video has been able to help someone who is looking to change their name. I know the thought of it can be daunting and very stressful, but just get to it. Just start to do it. If you don't start, it will continue to be like a thing around your neck. So just go on and just start it. Just start the process, and go with the flow. Every day you have to change something, you have to do something, just go with it and you'll be fine eventually. So that was my experience. I'd like to hear your experience at Nigerian embassy and changing the rest of your documents in the UK, which was easier. To be honest, I'd say both of them were quite easy. I feel this way because I didn't have any trip imminent, like I didn't have any trip planned around that period, so I was patient enough to wait. So for the UK part, is, to be honest, very confusing because you need to understand all the places that you have to change your name. So what I did to help myself was make a list before I started the process. I made a list. That way I'll just be checking my list, check. When I do this, I check, do that, check, and then I know what's outstanding. Because if you just do it as you go, you become very disorganized and you might just miss one out. So make a list, check your list as you do it. Don't be afraid, just get to it, get it done. In my opinion, it makes life much easier having the same surname as your husband and children. You don't have too much drama at the airport. When you're doing some applications, you can do it as a family. It's your choice, it's your prerogative to change your surname. It's absolutely up to you, but for me, I just felt it makes life easier, and that's why I went ahead and changed my surname. I really hope this video has helped someone today. Don't be afraid, do it. Remember, the only thing you have to be afraid of is fear itself. Take fear out of your life and live the best life that you can. Thank you for watching. Bye.